Hello, friends and family of First Presbyterian. It's hard to believe, but I'm down to my last 3 Sundays with you. Where did the year go? I'm going to treasure these Sundays for sure. This week I'm preaching on calling the perfect pastor, and that got me thinking about churches and perfect churches. I guess when I started out in ministry, I was looking for that perfect church that I could serve. And guess what? I couldn't find one. And then I heard a sermon entitled, "O Church, with all thy faults I love thee still." That's when I came to realize every church has its faults. I think the Apostle Paul could have written that sermon. After all, he wrote so many letters to so many churches that were full of faults. Maybe the most famous letter is the one he wrote to the church in Corinth. He wrote to them because he loved them. Oh, how he loved them. And those letters always remind me there is no such thing as a perfect church in which everyone learns to be true sooner or later. But still, I love the church, and I hope you do as well. And Paul kept working with those imperfect people in imperfect churches because he loved them. He kept trying to teach them and to help them improve and grow. He never gave up on them. I think that's what love does. When I think back over my ministry of 40 years, I think about the churches I've served, and I've loved every one of them for different reasons. Yet none of them were perfect. Even my own home church, my mother church, when I look back on it, had some flaws. Now, I didn't see them as a child. I just thought that home church was perfect. But looking back, I now see the cracks in that beautiful image I had of the church. But I love my mother church. And years later, I was thinking more about that church, and I realized it's a lot like family. As some of you have heard me say, we promise that the church will be just as functional as your family. And everybody usually laughs about that because we know our families are not perfect, but we love them just as I loved my mother church, just as I've loved every church I've served, faults and all. So I've been thinking about the perfect church, which when I think about it, we would better call the mature church. A mature church. Do you know what I've learned from Paul and the others in the Bible about a mature church? The mature church is not one where everyone agrees and everything's growing and no one ever hurts each other's feelings or no one's ever disappointed. That's not the church that is a mature one. It's not even the church where everyone likes the preacher. Even Paul had his critics. No, do you know how I would describe the mature church? After listening to Paul and Jesus and others and reading about churches in the New Testament, to me, a mature church looks more like this. It's a place where we forgive one another. It's a place where we encourage one another, pray for each other. We even pray for our enemies. It's a place where we love one another in the Christian sense of that word. Agape love. That's not feeling-based love. That's love that looks out for the best of others. It's the kind of love that forgives. Paul wrote about such love when he was trying to sort out a church fight in Corinth. You remember what he said in the most famous chapter in Corinthians, chapter 13. He said, "Love is patient, love is kind. It's not envious or arrogant or rude, doesn't insist on its own way." Then he lists many of the great gifts that God gives the church, only to end with this. Now faith, hope, and love abide, but the greatest of these is love. If you want to see a mature church, go look for a loving church where forgiveness abounds, where love abounds. I'm grateful that this is that kind of church for me. I'm grateful for your love, and I pray that the love of Christ will continue to grow among us, and may the peace of Christ be with us all. I hope to see you Sunday.